Tim Allen's new Disney Plus comedy has recently come under criticism after Disney referenced the word Satan in a scene. But did Disney really intend to do that? Well, the scene sparked controversy and criticism online, with some accusing Disney of sending a message to its audience saying, "We love Satan. Here's everything we know about the Santa Clauses controversy. Let's go." First off, what exactly happened? The Santa Clauses, a new Tim Allen sitcom that debuted on Disney Plus, is a huge hit with viewers. Returning to Scott Calvin's North Pole gives us a warm, nostalgic sensation that absolutely melts our 90s childhood hearts. It's wonderfully nostalgic in every aspect. Although there are many things to enjoy about the new show, there are, of course, certain things that fans are angry about. In one particular scene, the elves are seen saying goodbye to Santa. Intent on spelling, "We love you, Santa," each elf holds a letter, but for comedic effect, they accidentally spell, "We love you, Satan," causing Santa to hilariously facepalm and shout, "Spelling!" The elves quickly corrected after realizing their error, sending the right "We love you, Santa" message. It was a joke, but most people think it wasn't funny at all. Following up, the social media outrage. Tweets, YouTube videos, and Facebook postings all show the beginning of the joke, but not the ending, where it's corrected. To many, this joke implies that Disney has a satanic agenda and is no longer trying to hide it. Now, people have branded Disney as evil, become woke over it, and question why the company would encourage kids to follow Satan. Because of this one shot rather than the full scene, many people get the impression that the Christmas show includes explicitly satanic messages. The issue is that the online video clips have been skillfully edited to remove context. Why? Well, because many people still don't think this is a joke, even after watching the whole scene. Despite the fact that many conventional churches also have checkered flooring, some even went as far as to compare the church's floors to the Masonic Lodge, which has historically been the topic of conspiracies and rumors. They went into full conspiracy mode. Next up, is the backlash justified? No, not exactly. Considering that the show has explicitly declared its goal to include Christian elements in the plot, the criticism is surprising. Tim Allen admitted it was the only condition he had for returning to the series. Even Christian media outlets have written that the show's accusations of Satanism are unjustified. If you want to be the judge, The Santa Clauses is currently airing on Disney Plus. The first 2 episodes aired on November 16th, and since then, new episodes have been broadcast every Wednesday. Now is probably the right time to catch up if you haven't already, because there's a lot of depth to the 6-episode miniseries. It's unlikely that there will be a season 2 of this limited series, but it will definitely become a tradition for Christmas television for years to come. If you think the backlash stopped at that one joke, think again. Moving on, Tim Allen caught under fire. Saying "Merry Christmas to all" has suddenly become controversial, according to Tim Allen. This time, the backlash came from Scott Calvin, the in-universe Santa Claus, because he went on Twitter and said that the line was too harsh and sudden. The tweet that started the most recent controversy is reported to be coming from film critic and Skyline producer Scott Weinberg. Comments from users have discussed concerns about postponing Christmas or the red cap that Santa Claus wears. The closing comment is in reference to the "Make America Great Again" caps worn by President Trump's supporters, especially the vocal and politically conservative Tim Allen. As you might have guessed, an internet mob descended on Tim Allen's social media accounts after the conservative comic earlier this year made a joke about President Joe Biden. Tim Allen was spared the worst of Twitter's behavior that time, with most users being annoyed by the bad joke. Let's talk about the reasons why Allen is under fire. Jack Burdett, the showrunner of the Santa Clauses, also created Tim Allen's popular sitcom Last Man Standing. It's possible that the vague political remark was included in the screenplay thanks to Burdett and Allen's political views and the way they generally decide to perceive things. The truth is, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected what he feels like he can and can't say while on stage. According to the former Toy Story actor, who has already highlighted how comedy has changed over the last several years, the fact that the Santa Claus franchise has always been family-friendly might add to the issue, since even the semi-political statement sticks out like a square peg in a round hole. The fact that the show is streaming on Disney Plus, a platform and organization that's strongly pro-Christmas, may also be a problem. The last problem is Tim Allen again, with the actor's haters on social media looking for any reason to attack the celebrity because of his political opinions. Moving on, will the controversies ever stop? Tim Allen was fired from the Toy Story franchise after playing Buzz before collaborating with Disney on the Santa Clauses. In the film Lightyear, the role of Buzz was assigned to Captain America actor Chris Evans, ending Tim Allen's 18-year portrayal of the part. Since Allen didn't believe Lightyear was a legit Toy Story film, the Home Improvement actor didn't really seem upset about losing the part to Evans fans at the time. Despite the fact that Tim Allen handled the loss of his most famous role quite well, the actor's followers and fans vented their anger at Disney. Right-wing supporters became even more upset by the involvement of a same-sex kiss in Lightyear, which provoked boycotts of the movie. While the Santa Clauses series that's currently available on Disney Plus can be considered a means for Disney and Allen to patch things up and make things right, it's always hard to win every argument. Next up, Tim Allen has some reservations of his own. Awful plot holes can be found in a number of movies and television series. Fans are sometimes quick to bring them out, but occasionally the actors who are put in the vague plots are the ones who are upset by them. Tim Allen expressed his frustration with the Santa Claus's narrative flaws by saying, "I never understood, even in the movie, why the elves didn't go, 'Hey, what happened to the other guy?' All that really happened was he got into the sleigh with the kid and went off on his way." What's more, Tim Allen argues that Mrs. Claus, who's probably the first Santa Claus, was never notified about her husband's death. The story elements of the Santa Clauses, which Allen also highlighted, are expected to fill in some of those plot holes, especially now that the main character in the second series has his own family. If the narrative is built to support the idea that the Jolly Man is more of a concept than a real person, we would think that Santa Claus might be just about anyone. Following up, will this be Allen's last time as Alan Scott? In the Santa Clauses, Tim Allen makes a comeback with the goal of putting the red hat to rest once and for all. In the new sequel series, Allen's Scott Calvin is considerably older, and he's about to retire from playing Santa Claus, so he has to find a suitable replacement. Considering the theory we mentioned before that anybody can become Santa Claus, it's possible that the person who passed away will return to save the day, or we may be witnessing the arrival of a new person lacking Christmas spirit who becomes Claus thanks to the season's excitement. For this new sequel series, Tim Allen isn't the only actor from the Santa Clauses making a comeback. Much to everyone's surprise, who has enjoyed the franchise, David Krumholtz will also be reprising his role as Bernard the Elf. Another suggestion for the potential successor to Santa Claus is to paint directly towards Bernard, who has served as the chief elf for long enough to have a chance to ride the sleigh. In any case, Tim Allen is revisiting one of his best roles in the Santa Clauses, and the movies have always been ones that restore our faith in the holidays' magic. Since the release of the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause, in 2006, the series hasn't really had a new film. And despite receiving poor reviews, the movie still outperformed its $12 million budget by grossing $110 million globally. Finally, will the finale make up for the controversies? We're not sure of how the new series will end, but Tim Allen has always been fantastic as Scott Calvin in the series. And now he has a new series to finally say goodbye to one of his most iconic characters. The Santa Clauses made their Disney Plus premiere with 2 episodes on November 16th. The 3rd episode appeared on November 23rd, just in time for Christmas and to bid Allen farewell as the merry gift giver. The 6-episode limited series will come to an end on November 14th. What do you think about the miniseries so far? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for today. If you liked our video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content just like this.